Hey, sorry I'm late. Traffic was insane out there. No idea why it's that bad at this hour.
It's fine. I've been sitting here for like 20 minutes anyway. Got here early, ordered, started people watching.
Productive.
Very. I watched a guy drop his iced coffee and just stand there staring at it for like 10 seconds. Not moving, just staring.
That's a mood, honestly.
Right? Like, the vibe of that man was very relatable. Anyway, how are you? Haven't actually talked in like, 3 weeks?
Yeah, been kind of heads down. Work stuff, the usual.
How's that going?
It's going, Nothing's on fire, numbers are fine. Just going.
That doesn't sound super exciting.
No, it's not, but I kept telling myself that's okay. Like, stable is good. Not everything has to be exciting. And I believe that. I do. But then, I don't know, something feels off lately.
Off like stressed or off like something else?
That's the thing. Not stressed. If I was stressed, at least I'd know what's wrong. This is more like, I don't know how to describe it.
Try.
You know what's weird? Like, everything is fine. Objectively fine. I'm not broke, I'm not sick, nobody died, but I wake up some mornings and just feel nothing. Like hollow,
Hollow like sad or hollow like numb?
That's the thing. Not sad. Sad would almost be easier, honestly. It's more like flat. Like someone turned the volume down on everything.
Oh my God, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. Actually, I had this moment like 2 months ago. It was a Tuesday. I remember because I just hit a goal I've been working toward for like 4 months. Got the number I wanted, closed something I was proud of, and I just sat there, waiting to feel something. And then I was like, okay, cool. What's for dinner?
That is so depressing.
Right? I told my friend about it and she was like, maybe you're just tired. And I was like, no, I slept 8 hours. I'm not tired. This is something else.
I think people jump straight to burnout. Like that's the word everyone uses now. And maybe it's that, but I don't even feel burned out. Burnout feels like too much. This is like not enough. Like the signal isn't getting through.
Okay, so I actually went down a rabbit hole about this. Not like research rabbit hole, just thinking rabbit hole. And I think part of it is that we've optimized our lives so much that nothing surprises us anymore. Like everything is scheduled, everything is predictable, and your brain just stops releasing whatever it releases when something actually happens.
Dopamine?
Yeah, or just anticipation in general. Like, when's the last time you were actually excited? Like, genuinely?
That's a rough question. Honestly, I think it was when I was building that little side project last year. The one I never launched.
Wait, what happened to that?
I got like 70% done and then just stopped. Not because it was hard, it was going well. I had a landing page, I had like 40 people on a wait list, and then one day I just didn't open the file again.
Seriously?
I know how that sounds. But in the moment, I kept telling myself I was just tired, or it wasn't the right time, or I needed to do more research. And then months went by, and I'm like, what even was that?
Do you think you were scared?
Maybe, but it didn't feel like fear. It felt like indifference, like the excitement just leaked out somehow. And once it was gone, I didn't know how to get it back.
I think that's the thing nobody talks about. It's not always fear that stops you. Sometimes it's just this weird flatness that makes everything feel pointless. Not dramatically pointless, just like, why bother?
Yeah, like low-stakes nihilism.
That's a good way to put it.
I had a coworker once who was like annoyingly consistent. Like this guy showed up every single day, full energy, no complaints. And I used to think he was just faking it, like performing enthusiasm. But then I asked him once how he did it, and he said something that stuck with me. He said, I stopped waiting to feel ready. I just treat it like brushing my teeth. And at the time I was like, okay, that's super boring advice. But now I think maybe I've been waiting to feel something before I start things. Like I need the excitement to arrive first before I move.
Yeah, but there's also something off about that, right? Like, if you're just going through motions, isn't that kind of what created the emptiness in the first place? Everything on autopilot, no real feeling anywhere.
That's fair. Yeah. I don't know, maybe it's different for different things. Like brushing your teeth, sure, you don't need to feel pumped about that. But for stuff that's supposed to matter, I feel like the feeling should be there somewhere.
Or maybe the feeling comes after, not before.
What do you mean?
Like, okay, so I used to go to the gym for like 3 years on and off. And every time I'd go through a phase where I hated it, I'd stop. And then I'd restart when I felt motivated again. And it was this constant cycle. Motivated, quit, restart, quit. And then at some point, I just decided I'm going to go even when I hate it. And something shifted like 6 weeks in. Not because I suddenly loved it, but because I started noticing I felt worse on days I didn't go. And that became the thing that pulled me back. Not excitement, just absence of feeling bad.
That's kind of dark, but also makes sense.
Right? Like, my motivation is avoiding feeling worse. But it works.
I think people have been chasing the feeling from when things were new. Like early on in anything, there's this natural excitement. New job, new project, new relationship, whatever. Everything feels like it matters because you're discovering it. And then you get good at it, and the newness wears off, and you're just there. Competent and empty.
Competent and empty. Yeah, I felt that when I got promoted, actually. I'd been working toward it for 2 years. 2 years. And the day it happened, I literally texted 3 people, got a few responses, and went to bed. I thought I'd feel different, like a version of myself that had arrived somewhere. But I was just the same person in the same apartment, eating the same cereal.
Yeah. I think we build these things up as destination points. Like, once I get there, I'll feel it. And then you get there and the feeling doesn't show up. And you don't know if you went to the wrong place or if the feeling was never real.
Maybe the feeling is real, just shorter than we expect. Like, maybe you do feel it for like 10 minutes. And then your brain just normalizes and moves on. Because that's what brains do. They adapt. And we've just built this expectation that good things should feel good for longer.
Okay, that's actually kind of a relief and also deeply sad.
I know, both at the same time.
So what do you do with that?
I don't know. I've been thinking about it a lot lately. I think part of it is that we've removed too much friction from our lives. Like, everything is available instantly now. Want to watch something? Instant. Want to order food? 20 minutes. Want validation? Post something and watch the numbers.
Oh God, the numbers.
Right? I caught myself checking likes on something I posted like literally 30 minutes after posting. And it had like 47 likes, and I felt nothing. And then I was like, what was I expecting to feel? Like, what number would have made me happy?
There's no number.
Exactly. There's no number. And I think that's the problem with a lot of it. We're doing things and consuming things and achieving things, but there's no arrival. There's just more of the same.
I went through this phase where I thought I just needed better habits. Like, if I could fix my morning routine, everything else would fall into place. So I did the whole thing. Woke up at 5:30, journaled, cold shower, no phone for an hour. For like 3 weeks.
And?
I still felt the same. Like, slightly more productive, but not more alive. Which was kind of what I was going for without admitting it.
More alive. Yeah. I think that's the actual question underneath all of this. Not how do I be more productive or how do I hit my goals. It's like, how do I actually feel like I'm living?
And that sounds dramatic when you say it out loud.
It does. It sounds like something on a poster.
Yeah, feel more alive. Tips from someone on the internet.
Ugh. But I think the reason it sounds dramatic is because we've made being fine the baseline. Like, if nothing is wrong, we're supposed to be content. And if we're not content, something must be wrong with us.
Yeah, like the bar is set at not suffering.
Right, and that's such a low bar. Like, you can clear that bar every day and still feel like something is missing.
Do you think it's a meaning thing?
Maybe, but I'm kind of skeptical of the whole find your purpose thing. It puts so much pressure on one answer. Like, I have to discover this singular reason for my existence and then everything clicks.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I think it's more like small doses of things that actually engage you. Not one big purpose, just pockets. Like moments where you're actually in it, present, not performing being happy, not checking off a task, actually there.
I had one of those recently, actually. I was debugging something at like 11 p.m., not for work, just for fun. And I looked up and it was 1 a.m., and I hadn't thought about anything else for 2 hours. And that was genuinely good. That felt like something.
That's it. That's the thing.
But then I couldn't replicate it. Like the next night I tried to do the same thing and it was just work.
Because you were trying to manufacture it. And those moments don't really work when you're manufacturing them.
So what? You just wait for them to happen?
I don't think it's waiting exactly. I think it's more like removing the stuff that blocks them. Less scroll time, less optimization, less trying to be productive every single second, and leaving space for the thing that actually grabs you.
That feels kind of counterintuitive.
I know, like do less and feel more sounds fake.
Sounds like someone says right before they sell you a retreat.
Exactly. But I kind of believe it anyway. Like, I've had more of those present moments in the last few weeks. Not because I did something, because I stopped filling every gap.
Huh. I fill every gap.
I know you do.
What does that mean?
I mean, you always have something running. Podcast in your ears, something to build, which isn't bad. But like, when's the last time you were just nowhere?
Define nowhere.
Not doing anything, not optimizing, not consuming, just existing in a room.
I do that when I sleep.
That doesn't count.
Yeah, okay. A while. It's been a while.
I'm not saying go meditate or whatever. I just think maybe the emptiness isn't a bug. Maybe it's your brain telling you it's full, like overfull, and it's shutting down non-essential feeling because there's no room left.
That's a weird way to think about it, but it actually tracks.
I don't know. I'm not a therapist.
Clearly, you're much cheaper.
Oh my God.
I'm kidding. But seriously, that does make me think about it differently. Like I've been treating it as something to fix, a productivity problem, a discipline problem. And maybe it's just an overstimulation thing.
Maybe. Or maybe it's all of it at once, which is annoying because there's no clean answer.
Yeah, I kind of wanted a clean answer.
We all do.
Okay, I actually have to go, but this is the most I've thought about this out loud probably ever.
Same. It's weird because I feel like I know less than when we started.
Yeah, but like usefully less.
Usefully less. I like that. Okay, go.
Going, but yeah, thanks.
Anytime.